silent points. If you're say you're maybe an articulate speaker, or you are somebody who is like, you have a certain cadence and even a certain style, yeah, the silences can actually be quite cinematic in a conversation. But it's like, if someone's just being quiet, it's different. Yeah. So I tell you who does the silences very well. Joe Budden. He'll say something and it just goes completely silent. And you're waiting. Oh, here? Oh, yeah, I mean, you never know. Oh, what is going on?
Sorry. I didn't see you there.
Hey, I saw you doing that at, you was at a dinner the other day or something like that, and you was just disconnected.
We getting fucked tonight. Honestly, Chuckie, I don't know why I didn't be reading earlier. You spoke about silence. There's so much times that there's silence in real life and people fill it out with just going on their phone. I'm done, man. I'm just gonna read a book, man.
I hear it. What's it called?
I've been suffering from brain rot. I don't know if anyone, but I've been brain rotting for months now.
Let's talk about it. What does it mean? What do you mean by that?
You just watch content and you're absorbing information that is not necessarily going to be there for a long period of time. It's just nonsense. It's foolishness, and then you carry on with your life. It's arguments. We're speaking about before you forwarded in. Like, I watch a lot of content that is gossiping.
Yeah, so am I.
And it's
I'm watching a lot of that as well.
And I'm with it. I understand it a little bit, but sometimes I'm like, like if all the conversations you're watching are circle conversations, then you're just in that circle as well. Eventually you get dizzy. I just think, I was saying to EA, gossiping is like to talk to a point of entertainment with no progression, which I don't mind doing about people that are nowhere near me, but then I'm getting into the habit of watching people that I know and watching them gossipy conversations, and I'm just not on it, man. I need to start reading and
I'm alright. I'm good with the gossip. The problem that I'm facing is essentially what you just said, is that it's the type of gossip I'm watching. It's like nonsense. There's no substance in the gossip. I like it when the gossip can become a conversation about other things.
But then it was never gossip then. That's a conversation.
It starts from gossip.
No, but then it still is what it is. The process of it is a conversation. Maybe that's the way it starts, but it's a convo because there's progressive thought attached to it. There needs to be an aspect of progression. If me and you just sit down and natter about our brother, and everything we say is from a form of entertainment, and we break down the scenario, but we never talk about how we can move forward, that's just gossiping. That's just bitching. Which I'm not saying I've never done in my life.
Yeah, of course, yeah, man. We've had a nice little chunk.
We've had a little bitch now and then. But when that's all I'm watching, Chuckie,
yeah, it's mad.
I must be a bitch.
But what I think, like, this has always existed. So why? How is it?
Not at this. No way.
I feel like it has, but I feel like I've fine-tuned it so that I haven't been so much into it in the way that I have been in recent time, and I don't know what it is. Is it because there's more of it? Is it because the people that are doing it, there's something that's intriguing about them? I don't know what it is. I don't know where it is at this moment in time for me. But all I know is that it is super brain rot.
It is proper brain rot, and it's like, I don't know. Back in the day, everything. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's always been here, but maybe there was a bit more of a healthier balance. Like the entry point to speaking about everything happening into the entertainment world, at some point you had to be qualified to an extent, and through your qualification was your ability to prove your knowledge on that chosen matter, and then to think about solutions to certain problems that maybe existed. Someone goes, that's someone we should have involved. Now it's anything that gains traction. So you could be talking shit on the matter, but now you're the person that's qualified to speak on it just because there's more people over there being attentive, or it's being shared more. I think like that's a dangerous place to be in, especially for me and you, because if we're in a place where people that are not qualified are speaking on it and they're at the forefront, there is no progression for us. That is spiral. There's nothing that they can teach anyone. They speak to have issues and problems, to run around in circles. If you're involved in something like, you couldn't do this in science. What? In medicine? Everything has to be progressive thought. We can't be having situations where we're having the rap just, we're trying to move forward here. You could not do this in science.
Yeah.
You could not do this in school.
But isn't the healthier balance our responsibility? Like, I can have a healthy balance now if I want to, because I know I know where I can go to for the other side.
Yeah.
I just choose to not go there right now.
And
I used to, and I have been, and for me, I understand that a lot of what I do, how I digest certain bits of content or whatever, is through phases anyway. Sometimes I'm in mad phases where I'm like, you know, I just want to watch a lot of this, or I just want to watch a lot of that, or whatever it may be. There's certain things that are consistent throughout that time. For example, court cases, that's just been a thing for me for years. But other bits and pieces just come and go. Now, if I want to have the healthier balance, it's my responsibility. I can find it if I want to. I'm just choosing not to. And I think the other thing to that is maybe how the algorithms work now, which is different to how it was before. So before, it was easier maybe for me to have the healthier balance because I could just go and source that and whatever else. But the way that the algorithms work now is that if I click into one thing, and I hate this, by the way, if I click into one thing, it's like it's telling me this is my new thing. The other day, I literally, what was it? I was scrolling on my thing. I swear to you, yeah. Somehow, someone breastfeeding has come up on my thing. Now, just out of curiosity, I just thought, oh, what is that? So when I've clicked into it, ladies breastfeeding, I've come out of that. What does the algorithm say now? This is his new thing. So every minute now, I'm just seeing tits and babies drinking milk. Like it's my new thing. So now I'm having to go. Now, for me to reverse it, I have to actively go into things to get that off my timeline. Do you understand the point that I'm making here? So it's like algorithms now work in a way where as soon as you see something, this is your new thing. So now, out of convenience, I just keep watching it. Just not the breastfeeding thing anymore.
Well, I mean, some would argue if you've watched the pod for a long period of time, they imagine tits might have been on your algorithm.
Oh yes, you're right. So you know, this is how you know you're my guy.
Yeah, you're my
progression.
There was an act of progression. Now, instead of looking at the titties in a very vulgar manner, some might say,
vulgar.
Now, if we just keep looking at titties from a place of nuance sexually, this now you can't look at a titty being sucked by a child sexually. No. That's a bit wrong.
Yes.
So now we're evolving thought. I like that.
So
conversation.
That's
that isn't gossip.
That's not gossip.
That's not gossip.
That's appreciating.
It's appreciating.
Yeah.
The purpose of breasts for picnic. I like that. I like that a lot. And by the way, I'm not saying these shows are the problem. It's just the way in which I'm watching them at a high magnitude is the problem. I'm watching too much of it. It should exist. I like balance. It needs to be best of both worlds. But
it's ultimately the balance that we maybe a lot of people are getting wrong, to be fair. Some people may not see it as a wrong thing because they just enjoy it and they don't see it as brain rot. But I think over a period of time, if you actually take a step back and you look, you would understand that a lot of it is actually just hella brain rot. It's mad. And I wonder if this is a contributing factor to why at this moment in time, and I know EA put it on the thing, but I only want to talk to my friends at the moment.
What do you mean?
Like I remember I was saying to you last week, I'm just in this phase here where I feel like I just only want to talk to my friends. I don't want to talk to anyone else. And I'm talking to other people, of course. I have to. It's part of our life. But all I really want to do at this moment in time is just talk to my friends. I don't want to talk to anyone else. I don't know. I wake up and I don't feel motivated to talk to anybody but my friends.
Okay, therapy session has started.
Let's do it.
How did you feel previously when you were speaking to people? Obviously, you wanted to talk to them.
Yes.
But what were the reasons why you wanted to talk to them?
I don't know. I think maybe it's got to do with the fact that another side of me is incredibly sociable. So when I'm in my sociable bag, then I just will chat. I will literally just chat to anyone for a long period of time as well. I will do that. But then there is this other side to me where I am incredibly to myself.
Is it seasonal?
Is it seasonal? It happens every year. No, it doesn't actually. It happens every period of time. So this isn't the first time. I'd probably say like this is easily 8th, 9th time that I felt like this. No, not this year.
In general?
Just over the years.
Is it around the same period?
No. So it's not like the weather's changed or anything like that. It's not that.
Has it increased as of recently?
it's definitely intensified. Like before, it would be like, oh, you know, like, not really, but it's fine. I'm gonna do it because it is what it is. Now I'm kind of in this thing of like, I just only want to chat to my brethren right now.
How much people were at the first R&B?
150.
How much people were at the last R&B?
5,000.
Oh my God. Oh my God. First of all, oh my God. Has that played a role?
Potentially.
So what does that look like moving forward? If you feel a little bit exhausted from the current circumstance of maybe something that was small at one point, but now it's only going to get bigger. How are you going to manage your ability to still be sociable if, as one thing's growing, the other thing's declining?
I think that the solution for me is actually leaning into talking to my friends a bit and spending a little bit more time resting when I can. And then, because that's what I do anyway. If I say Carnival, for example, I knew Carnival was, and this is a blessing. I'm going to go Carnival and it's going to be a lot. But what I did was I stayed in bed for longer. So then when I'm now ready to go outside, I'm energized. I'm ready for it. But then when I came back from Carnival, because I had family, literally what I did was, as soon as I got to my yard, kicked off my shoes, had a shower, I jumped in my bed. Told Alexa, give me a couple of hours. Alexa gave me a few hours, knocked out, had my phone on Do Not Disturb. And then once I woke up, I was ready to kind of deal with that again. But if I don't do that, I think I'm going to be rude. I think I'm going to be rude to people. And I think that I'm going to come off a certain type of way. So maybe because I get the balance right in that aspect a bit, maybe I'm getting the balance a bit wrong, which is making me feel like I only want to do this. But I don't know what the other side is. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how to overturn it. I don't know. I just don't know how to fix that if it needs fixing.
When something is becoming too much, especially for a computer, what I usually do is just unplug it.
Hey, do you remember when computers used to, you know? Hey,
let's start again.
Remember when computers used to make that noise where it's like it's doing too much? It's like,
bare stuff. Bare stuff. The fan's going extra fast now, man. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Obviously, I'm a qualified therapist.
Of course, naturally, from years.
Possibly you need a break.
Come on, man.
Come on. But maybe you need a break.
Maybe he's just locked in, man.
What do you mean?
What happens when he locks in?
I don't see. You know what?
But he's been locked.
I actually don't even see some of my friends enough. You know that.
So maybe you need a break.
I don't see some of my friends enough. There's a couple of my brethren, like my good friends as well. Yeah, that like I just don't even see them enough. I don't see them enough. What I do though is if they got kids, I'll actually see the youths. So sometimes I might be like, yo, I know you're probably not around. Should I pick so and so up from school? I'll do that, or I'll go and take so and so somewhere, or whatever else and whatnot. Like I'll do that, but then which is nice. But then I don't see my brethren because obviously my brethren's doing whatever it is that he's doing, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But like I need to see a couple of them a bit more. I do.
What you got to take into consideration is also your timetable. So a lot of evenings, nights, woo, and also the amount of jobs that you do. You are BBC One Extra, you are Family, you are R&B Slow Jams, you are here, you are there's another show you're doing here. Why my mind gone blank? I need to stop.
The checkup.
Like that's just 5 things already that I know of, that I'm aware, that I look at. Then there's your private life responsibilities that you have. I don't know how many hours you think you have in the day, my guy, but the fact that you're a little bit tired and want to keep away from everyone with those 5 working things, and then obviously your responsibles in a real life, maybe a little bit of a break from everything, so you don't think about those things and you don't think about that, and you can just restart and then go, what do I want to think about from a blank canvas, and then work from there. Yeah. Because right now it just feels like there's bare going on.
Yeah, there is.
And you're just
even with that being said, it's like obviously a part of this is an obligation, yeah, but it's not, because the good thing is you're my brethren, so I enjoy talking to you.
Yeah,
I think that maybe this might be different if you wasn't my brethren. If you wasn't my brethren and I was in this phase, this would be mad for me. So luckily it works because you're my brethren.
Yeah.
So me and you will just chat anyway on a FaceTime, whatever it is. So this is easy for me to do, but the other stuff and going other places and doing that is a bit more for me to think about at this moment in time. But you know,
it'll be fine, man. It might just be a phase.
I think so.
It might be a phase.
So,
we might be overthinking it, but I tell you one thing: the ability to be self-aware, to know it's happening, and still trying to think of a solution is a place a lot of us should be at home. People, we should be there, especially me.
Are you in another phase at the moment? What kind of phases are you in? Other than the brain rot thing.
Yeah, the brain rot was bad. I'm actually clearly in a phase of I don't want to do certain things because the brain rot was like, I'll get rid of that. Then I've just tried to be a little bit more assertive in certain areas. So I don't know. I think I'm cool, bro. I don't even know if I'm in a particular phase. I just definitely know that I'm tired of nonsense. So I just need to try and figure out a way to have a productive day throughout rather than getting to the end of my day and it starts like brain rot. I just don't think it's good.
Do you feel like you're a bit more balanced now, considering like kind of some of the things that happened earlier on in the year and all of that? And I knew you was like super stressed out and whatnot. Do you feel a lot more balanced now?
Oh, Chuckie, take into account this, especially if you're watching the pod, because I watched 2020 pods of this all the way up until present day. And I thought, all right, 2020, my kids are gone, don't know where they are. So I spent half of 2020 looking for my kids. 2021, I got them. And then I spent half of that year having to deal with the baby mum drama, obviously the family issues, woo-woo, man climbing through the window, mad thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then the following year, I'm told my dad's got like a year to go.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Then the following year he dies and then my uncle dies. Then the following year Clyde dies and then my uncle dies. I'm just like, yo. Then I get 2 months after Clyde dying, I flipping get robbed by Tigo. It's just like, I remember saying at one point to God, this has every year you've given me something that takes too long to get over. What's going on?
Yeah.
Plus we're dealing with COVID at the time. So literally it was like 4 or 5 years in a row. Boom, 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 boom. That would kill most people. So now, oh my God, nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. It's all touch wood, for real. I lie. Touch wood, dog. But nothing's happened. It's just so smooth sailing. Obviously, for me personally, things are happening in the world. I don't want to disregard
of course,
that.
Yeah.
But just for myself, oh my God, I'm just so like, praise the Lord. All right, my uncle died this year. That was a bit crazy, to be fair. But it's still, I don't know. I'm in a much better space of there's not massive things that are directly affecting my day to day. They're not really happening anymore.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
oh gosh, it's mad when you put it like that, bro.
that's crazy,
It's actually mad when you put it like that. Every year, in some ways, has been some kind of a madness. And like, obviously, we've spoken through it, but when you actually put it like that, it makes me remember all of what you've gone through in that side too. And it also makes me remember how difficult it was for me when I was going through some of those things a few years back. So yeah,
it's definitely
it's mad.
Some people go through one death and it mashes them up
to bits.
Imagine going through 3 deaths, 4 deaths. You can't see your picnic. They genuinely don't know where they are. Your baby mum's going crazy online. It's woo. You're losing jobs because of it, so you're losing finance. Then your business partner they thought was your guy robs you. You're just like, yo, Kit Kat, trying to catch a break for it, Amina.
Listen, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but I do want to ask you this, yeah? Do you and the mother of your child like now laugh and joke about some of the things that happened in the past now? Or is it just not spoken about?
To be honest with you,
because
Chuckie,
you two are in a good space now.
Yeah, so to be honest with you, no. We don't laugh about any of these things. They weren't funny.
Does he try to laugh about it?
She'll try to laugh. I'm like, what, you think it funny? Cost me big money.
Yeah.
Nah, you
but sometimes people could laugh at pain, innit?
You have to, like Cafu. I think the only time you can laugh at it is when you're just honest. When you're honest about things, woo. When you're in bed 24 hours of the day, you can't lie down. You can't lie, man. Get up, man. Tell the truth, man. So when everyone tells the truth in the booth, what? Lose.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
to answer your question though, I definitely feel a lot better. I feel that even down to like the way we're working the pod now.
Yeah.
It's because I feel like I can take on that responsibility of saying, yo, I've got other things I can do. Let me try and be of service because I'm in a better space now.
Yeah.
Last year,
Crazy.
big man, if you've ever seen a man climb through your window at 10:30 in the morning,
Yeah, that's crazy.
if you are angry before you've had breakfast, this is a problem.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So life was
Yeah,
wild,
it's crazy.
man. No, life was
And
wild.
you know what it is as well. You always think you know what you're gonna do in a situation like that until it happens, and you're like, you don't even. And then better yet, you know the person who's like, it's all mad. It's crazy.
It's honestly, the life I've had for the past 4 or 5 years, I should have been a rapper. Well, I am a rapper, but not that type of rapper.
Yeah, your projects would have been crazy.
What?
Your projects would have been crazy.
Trust me, my thing come like EastEnders, Albert Square, deaf, everything. Crazy. But now, back to, I'm happy.
Maybe you should. Maybe you actually just should. Not for anyone,
I hear where
just
you're coming
but for
from.
you.
I actually-
And then if you fancy putting it out, put it out.
I'd only put it out because sometimes people want to know why I'm so harsh, yeah?
What's so
it's
funny?
because, no, I hear Chuckie,
Because
because,
like, if you want to put it out, put it out. But you know once it's ready, you'll be like, put it out.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. But you know, sometimes some people though, I'm sure you've got some rhythms there that are just in the archives. That's just not
Bare.
for anyone.
Bare.
Do you get what I'm saying? And that's the
Bare.
part of doing art. It's like some things are for some people, and some things are. Sorry to interrupt you, but even when I did K1 on the checkup, remember she said there was a couple of songs that she had written that she's got. They're just for her. It's not for anyone else. She just needed to just let that out.
Yeah, I've got some songs I will never perform again. It's too mad. I can't even believe why I even wrote them. And then when you see them now, I'm like, big man, nah, I ain't got. I'm on that Summer Walker thing. I don't think I have the mental capacity sometimes to go and say certain things on stage in front of you. It's
Yeah,
just
I
like,
hear it.
yo,
I hear
yeah,
it. It's too deep.
Too deep, man.
Yeah,
It's too
yeah.
deep. So, yeah, man, we just want to move forward on a woo.
Hey, big up the artists that actually find a way to do it sometimes, though. And I understand as well sometimes when artists are like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to perform that anymore. Like, this is either triggering or I'm in a completely different space. And it must be quite difficult for certain artists as well, because when you're going through things, sometimes that's where people say you make the best music.
100.
Now you're in a relationship, you're married, you're happy, you're on this love thing, whatever. And people don't necessarily want to hear that. They want you to perform that thing where you was in disarray.
It's
And they want you to perform it like you was in disarray as well.
Yes. Adele, what do you mean you're happy in Jamaica outfit?
Exactly.
No. I want to see.
With LeBron, it's LeBron's best mate. That's her man, isn't it? That's her husband.
What?
Yeah.
Rich
What's his name? Rich Paul. Yeah. I would only wanted to say
got a brother?
that's his agent and
Yeah.
that. What?
A brother?
Big up. Yes, bro. You
What?
don't know.
Let me
Rich
tell you-
Paul.
let me tell you
Put him on
something.
the screen.
Yeah?
This guy's a don, you know.
I don't doubt that for 1 second, but she's still with her brother. You watch.
That's my man. Yeah. So
Yeah, Rich Paul, come on, fam. Should be.
put in his net worth. Well, let's just pocket watch.
You're just doing that
do
stuff.
Let's just do that.
Let me show you what Rich Paul's gonna do to Adele. She gonna be broke. Oh, Adele, it's a brother. He will cheat.
Yeah, man. I put 120s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so the cheating
in
will
the
be
background.
mad.
Huh?
The cheating will be mad. The heartbreak from that high. We're getting the best Adele album.
So you say once that
ever.
that one breaks up,
Mad.
that's just going to be the best
God
Adele.
forbid, man.
God forbid,
God forbid.
but for
Not
my
too much.
to gossip here.
God forbid.
Was her last album a love thing?
Yeah. They're all,
No, but like a really nice love thing. Let me
It was
just
about
check.
her divorce, no?
Was it? Yeah.
But I don't really remember no slaps off it, and I know it slaps, but I don't remember no
I'm gonna
slaps
go
off
to it
it.
right now, but we definitely are gonna have to mute this on the visuals because they will.
Cut
The first second.
What?
It was 30.
30.
So wait, what was the slap of 30?
It must have been a slap. It's Adele. She just stays with slaps.
Oh,
Play it.
Easy on Me. That was it. This was the slap.
Yeah, you got the plug.
Oh.
I don't even remember it.
Yeah, you know it, man.
There ain't feels.
Do you know my problem now? I hate the way I am right now. I hate it because I would have loved that 9 years ago. But right now, I'm so just don't care about some people's business. Like I don't care about your version of heart. Yeah, it's great. I know it's good, but It's not like
Man just mocked it and said, "I know it's good."
No, I know.
I think we want Adele on the couch as well, by the way.
Please.
Adele's come on, fam. Ledge. She's just got too many slaps. When you got that many,
bury them. This is
do you know what she is?
He's got 2 billion streams to her.
She's so good, yeah. I don't care no more. She's so good. Have you seen her perform? Flawless.
No, I haven't. You know.
Perform only on. Come on, I ain't been there. It's too expensive them tickets. But
Yeah, her
TV
ticket
thing.
prices are Actually,
What?
While we go to, let's pivot.
Man's to tackle himself.
Let's pivot.
What?
So, the internet is taught lightly anyway. Vibes Cartel, innit? He's got his show, right?
Yeah.
And he put out his set list. I don't know if you've seen it.
No,
He's put
I
his
didn't
set
want to
list
look at it because I just want to go to the show and not see
Right.
the set list.
But a few artists have been doing this recently.
Why?
Well, this is what I wanted to bring up. Why are they doing that? Like, how was this become? Because this is actually going to become a trend. Like,
But why?
Because I'm seeing, even when Chris Brown did his show, it was going around with the Spotify thing of the actual set list of everything, and like everyone was taking that and going through it. You know that, huh?
She did the same thing. Usher had like a Spotify.
Usher did it as well. Usher had it as well.
I like that. I want to know what you know.
Do you? Why? Give her the microphone quickly. Why?
Huh?
Why?
No, he said no.
Just quickly. Why? Like, why? What is it that you
want
like
to
about
prepare
it?
and like know obviously what to expect. So I want to know what I'm going to prepare for. What I'm going to be singing, the moment. Obviously, when you get the experience, but I want to know
Yeah.
what to expect. The worst thing is like going through songs and I'm in the moment.
Yeah, I don't want to know
Five songs
too
and,
much,
like,
man. Oh, I'm
But
too,
what,
man.
but what, like, if you know, say you're gonna go, because more time, if you not, this is not work though. This is just in your personal life. If you're going to a concert of an artist, more often than not, you're gonna like the artist, right? And you're gonna like at least a large part of the catalog. So then, what difference does it make? Why you're nodding your head? Why?
No, sorry.
And I want to hear what I want to hear. So
Right.
I'm to be prepared to know that when I go there, it's what I'm going to hear.
But what if you?
If I got half an hour of the show and the songs I don't even like, I'm like, why am I here? Probably do something else, come back.
Oh, serious? But there might be something good. See, this is the thing. There might be something really good happening in the part of the show with the rhythms that you don't love so much. But the way that they're performing it might be sick, though. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think that's spoiling your audience. I don't think you should spoil your audience. I genuinely don't think you should give that much power and to your audience. I don't think it's right. I think if you don't have an idea about your business and like what your audience wants to hear after being in the game for like 15, 20 years, that's kind of weird to me. And for me, these things are meant to be experiences. The good thing about an experience, when I go to a football match, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's the reasons why I don't really want to watch Match of the Day. If I don't watch it live, I'm not really watching 40-minute highlights. It's just not my thing. I want to watch the game, and that's the excitement of not knowing what's going to happen. And I believe that everybody should go through that process. Imagine, I don't want to go and watch a film and know what's going to happen in the film. It's an experience that I want to have. And I just think people are they're making experiences so much more about them than it's meant to be a compromise between this artist and what we enjoy. And it's just every day just spoiling the audience, bro. Like,
You was nodding your head,
Shaking.
shaking.
I don't think especially like stadiums. I don't think the fans that go to those, the majority. I say the majority. I don't think most of them know what they're going to go and get. So they won't be like your highest fans, like your best fans,
Casual fans.
right? And so those people would want to know the track list so that they can practice those songs. But your cold fans will know every song anyway, so it's not for them.
so you're making.
But that's what a
something
part of
for-
it is about, by the way. Part of
Huh?
it is about practicing the songs.
Yeah, but, do you know what? Again, I just find maybe it's just me. I'm an old school you. I know what I like. I heard the music. I bought the tickets. It's a very simple process. I practice it in my spare time subconsciously because I have the music on. I don't sit down in front of the TV with the lyrics on the screen like, oh, gotta get this right. Like, it's not that. I'm a big man, fam. What are we doing here? So like these artists that have been around for a long period of time, it's not like a young artist. These are like 40-something-year-old artists. Like, what are you doing, cuz? Like, what are we doing? What's going on?
I wonder if a part of it, for the fan perspective, is again keeping the internet in mind. So when people go to shows and they film themselves, they want to film themselves saying the lyrics because they're at the show. So they want to do this and it be on the internet. So if you know what is coming up and you rehearse the song in some way, then when you go there, you can film yourself for the internet so that you know that you're not getting the lyrics off.
Why is people going out of their way for that idiot? I don't get it. I don't.
I'm trying to
get
understand
that.
it.
There's a clip here. I'm gonna find the Instagram video and send it to you. I had to message the girl.
What's that?
I was going to say, but to be fair though, I'm a big Chris Brown fan. Die-hard Chris Brown fan. He's got so many albums, so many songs. If I'm spending like £260 to see him, and there's going to be so many songs that I don't really care for. Also, I still love him as an artist, but I don't want to listen to every song. Some songs I don't actually care for.
If there's
If
an
I
argument
know-
to be made,
But you've paid the money.
Yeah, so...
You might as well go and buy the food in Carnival and complain about it.
Do you
And
know
then jump
what?
on me and Chuckie's page talking about, wait till I go R&B. Like, what we
I will
doing
be
here?
objective and I will say that is, if there was one argument that I could maybe somewhat see, it may be that one. Purely because Chris Brown puts out albums with 30 songs on it. And I hate that he does that sometimes, to be honest with you. But I do understand that we live in this era now where this artist can put out 30 songs and you can just take out what you like and you can make your own album from it. Now, if Chris Brown is putting out these albums with so much songs on it, especially in such a short period of time, he's got 2 hours on stage. There isn't a chance that he could perform one side of this thing that you don't even like.
So what are you going to do?
Not go.
But you've paid your ticket.
And this is before.
Oh yeah, so this is before. But the thing is, here's the thing.
I understand.
But the thing is, the
Before
set list usually drops after the tickets are thing.
Yeah,
So I'm saying, if let's just say that I still don't think that this should happen. By the way, I still don't think this should happen. But let's just say the artist announces the tour with the set list. Then you can turn around and you can look and say, half of that I don't even really like or know or whatever. I'm just gonna step out of that. I'm not really in that because he's got so much rhythms. Yeah, you can turn around. It gives you an opportunity to do that. Or you can look at that and say, yes, you know what? I was prepared to spend £100, but I'm looking at this set list and I'm saying, I might even spend a $250 in that car. This one is a little bit for me. Can understand that, I think. But if you've already paid for the ticket because you want to go and see the artist, in my mind, it's like, what does it matter? You've paid for the ticket. What are you going to do? Sell it? You're not going to sell it. Most people are just not going to do that. They're still going to want to go. And do you know why they're going to want to go? 2 reasons. 1, because it's an experience. 2, also because we are in an era right now where people do want to experience the bad thing and go on the internet and say that it was bad. So, you get what I'm saying?
Do you know what it is? I think sometimes even if I don't have the answer, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. I couldn't sometimes even articulate why. But given a set list, after you have sold the tickets and we're here, bruv, for you as an artist, it doesn't make sense. You've tried to make it make sense for the crowd. They're already in the fucking building. They're here. If you did it at the time that you announced the tickets, so people knew what they were getting themselves into, I totally understand. But anything after that, let's have an experience. I'm not going to buy tickets for the Arsenal and they go, by the way, at the end it's 2-1. Like, I'm not interested in that. These are experiences, real life experiences. We're meant to just go there and just enjoy it. I don't know what, I feel like it's spoiling the consumer thing. I got Pickney, trust me, you don't want to spoil human beings. You do not want to spoil, because the moment you don't give them what they want, in their mind, they've got set lists, them get this, them get that. Big man sometimes starve them blood.
Yeah, because what's gonna end up happening is people are gonna start yearning for the set list now. So when an artist is about to go on tour, then you're gonna see people online saying, "Where's the set list? Where's the set list? Where's the set list?" That was happening at that was happening with HOWLERS, which I think might be a little bit different. But I know that people were looking at set times of like who or which artist is going to be on or whatever.
That's different.
And I think that can be, you can understand that because you might want to go and see this particular
because you bought a wireless ticket to see various different artists. So let's see.
And you want to go and see them at the particular time. You don't want to miss that.
Wait.
So I understand that. But now soon people
You're so good at trying to ignore stuff, but you just let it out.
But yeah, man, it's a bit mad still. Because even when I saw with the cartel thing, a lot of people are pointing out, he's not even doing this tune, he's not doing that tune, he's not doing this tune, and there's a lot of these bad boy tunes that he's not doing or whatever, yeah. Here's the thing, if you don't give out the set list and you just give a good performance, people leave and they say, that was sick, and he didn't even do this, and he didn't even do that, and this was, like, imagine he just did a whole 2 hours, and he had bangers for days, he could have done this, and he could have, but now people are going in there with the thing of, he's not doing this.
Do you know what I would do?
He's not doing that.
See what you just said right then? I would spoil the consumer like this. I would do my set list, and if I get that response, I would say to them, okay, for the next whatever show I'm going to do, what have you, I'm going to add 2 songs that you lot feel I should add to the list. That is, to me, makes sense, because then you've said, you've done your show, man know what your show is, and people have got, the show was sick, you didn't do this, that, and the third, and you go, alright, cool, give me 2 more songs, I'm adding them to the set list. You're empowering people, that all makes sense to me, but just to give them all the information, I don't get it. I don't get what you're trying to gain. I don't know how it benefits you. Whereas the other way around, interaction, woo, I get it.
Chris Brown does that, where he has like some songs and he asks the audience, what do you want to hear, like each.
Oh, yeah, I was there when he done that. It was lit. It was still. Chris Brown's the latest.
I'm not gonna lie though, but that's all pre-planned now.
Yeah,
like, I hear it.
100%.
You give them the thing.
There was someone in the audience who probably said, "Yeah, me. We've done it at Filthy. We pre-planned."
Dave did that. So Dave did that at his show. He had like it was like a spinning thing or whatever, and it's like, however much noise you make will land on a certain song or whatever. But they
already know what song. It's there.
It's there. You go to the show the next day, you see the same thing.
Is it?
But it makes you feel special. That's good. It makes you feel something.
I was gonna say, is it different with like album tours and shows versus like just a show? So like Vibes isn't promoting an album, right?
No.
This is just him doing. I come out of prison. I'm doing my bit. Yeah. But like obviously, like, so he's gonna give a track list because there's countless years of music that he could have played.
Yeah.
So like I hear that, like, not that I agree with it, but I hear why. But like, if Chris Brown has just dropped an album, I don't think he should be releasing the track list. Like, it's going to be the album plus.
Yeah, that definitely
shouldn't have a.
I mean, look, some people's argument would be, he has not done a show in 13 years, and he had music before he went to jail, and he had a whole bunch of slappers while he was in jail, and he can't do them all. And so, you know what? I can't please you all. I can't please you. I can't do them all. So I'm just letting you know from the gate, before you lot come in here and start twisting up your face and whatnot, this is what I'm doing.
And I understand that perspective.
Trust me, do you know what? My ex-girl, I'll be real. I would never take her to a street that had more than 4 restaurants. Because now we're having conversations she didn't even want to have. She just feels the need to have it now because the option's there. But if I took her to a place, I can't believe she's so happy with just 2 restaurants. So big man sometimes starve the people because you give them options, all of a sudden they're exploring parts of their mind they haven't even been. You didn't even want to know you wanted to go there. Alright, idiot. But I want to hear Usher say do Bad Boy. You don't even like the song. I know you. Yeah. So sometimes don't give them type of people too much woo. You just got to just make the, you know what I'm saying?
I hear it still.
Come on. Shout out Chris Brown though. Actually, I don't, unless people are offended by
what? Why?
I mean, there's plenty of reasons why people are offended by Chris Brown.
Oh yeah. Oh mate, I swear, every time, the last time I went on the thing, I was like, I can't remember exactly what I said, but something along the lines of Chris Brown is just so cold with it. Then it's like there's people that type in his name, so they don't even follow me.
Yeah.
They just type in his name to respond to stuff. Do you know that Chris Brown? Yeah, he's good at that. He's good at punching up women too. And it's like, hold on a minute, what's going on? Then I look into I'm saying, which one of my followers is this? This now it's a cartoon of whoever. And then I go and check their whole feed, and it's just them responding to bare people saying anything about Chris Brown. It's crazy. If you say, yo, Chris Brown is good, yeah, someone's gonna come back and say, yeah, he's also good at this.
I'm not crediting him for that. I wouldn't credit him for that, but I do like this song, and I'm not going to pretend I don't.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I don't appreciate what he done over there. I don't think it was right.
But he is absolutely right now. These stadiums that he's doing is nuts. Like even the things that he's posting of recent times. Yeah, he's got there. That place that he's probably always wanted to be. That stadium artist,
He's
which
there.
is this is like less than 1%, by the way. Less than 1%. It's like half of 1% actually get this.
And you
Even less than that, and he's getting it.
He wouldn't have got it had it not gone the way it went. I genuinely believe that. He wouldn't have got it because it would have been contrived. If you take a look at the choices he made musically whilst he's at the label, they're nothing like the choices he makes afterwards. The impact of Juices. You're talking about a man that done something to a girl. The whole world sat down and said, what's going on? Tiger goes and visits his mate in the hospital. They come out and they make a song reflecting the situation of him and Rihanna. He's not going to have that opportunity at the label. He's not. They're not going to give him that opportunity to go against it. No. But he done it as a solo artist, and then he created his lane a lot more distinctively. And the Chris Brown we got before he does what he does, he's squeaky clean nice guy. But I watched him in that show with Ashton Kutcher when he smashed up something punked, and they punked him, and they were like, I was like, this youth's a bit crazy, bro. And then you accepted the character he was as well. And I feel the same for Rihanna. I don't think Rihanna's as successful as she is without that incident.
Interesting.
It made you take a look. If it's loving that you want, that got pushed to the side, and Bad Gal Riri was born. And there's more people that can relate to that little Bad Gal Riri than the one that's chilling out on the beach pretending that life is sweet. It's not.
Yeah, but remember she had all these pop hits and that as well, those dance things and that. The same
Yeah, but
as
them
what
dance.
Chris Brown.
But if she does a show, she's not doing any of those dance hits.
Of course
really.
she is.
Well, the
Well,
show
Chris
that
Brown does.
No, Chris Brown does Yo and does, but the big slaps are everything today off the back of that situation.
Yeah, but he does those. He does those Europop rhythms.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but I'm saying to you, what he's done today is more impactful than any of that stuff. Much more impactful. It's what gives you the new brand deals. It's because your character's coming through. All the music before.
I'm not sure, you know.
If you think If It's Loving That You Want and all of that has more character than the Rihanna saying,
It's not.
Rihanna comes out saying, strip clubs and dollar bills, still got my money.
Yeah, those are like.
I don't
those
think
are
she can do that.
I'm not like. I think if you're talking about impactful to us, then yeah. But like her commercial success, when that whole dance thing was going on and they're around Swedish House Mafia and whatever else, like that genre was still to this day probably not. I feel like they switched that button off just a tiny bit now, but at one point in time it was so big.
But I'm not
And with
denying
Chris-
any of that. But none of that's around today. Swedish
but
House
they-
Mafia, I can't remember the last time I heard these niggas.
Yeah, but it's not our world like that. It's still there. If you listen to Radio 1, it's still there. It's just not our thing. I don't listen to it so much.
But
like
where
that.
are Chris Brown and Rihanna?
Yeah, they're where they are. But
And they come from where?
Yeah, but Poe, you went to Chris Brown's show. You
I
seen
know,
his
but
show.
I'm saying to you, these artists have. This is what my belief is all the time. Once you attach culture to any of these artists, longevity is there.
Yeah.
So there is no real culture attached to them artists in comparison to after the incident. Because after the incident, the only culture that's going to accept you back for going in prison, punching up things, all of that, is black people. So they would have resurfaced that Chris Brown product. He done a mixtape with Tiger, 2 mixtapes with Tiger. He done a mixtape with Young Thug. He just definitely changed the brand a little bit. It was a bit more harsh. And then by the time he's doing Fine China and them things, woo. And I think Rihanna, was it Rated R? Where she's done the Wait Is Over. She's done all of those types of songs, and all of the branding changed. Before then, it was very soft colours like pinks and sky blues. And when Rated R come out, and I just see this black and white array, and fam, she just went on this gangster thing, and it was such a far removed place from where she was previously. I just think these things are the reasons, and not the only reasons, good music and who they are as well, but I think that part there, without it, I don't know.
So just pull the trigger.
Banger! But this is after CB done the Matic.
Yeah, this is way after though.
When did you do the
This was
matching?
way. This
What
was
year?
way.
08, 07, something like that?
Okay.
This was way after.
But she had only dropped, what, 2 by that point?
Yeah. But you see the way she was, yeah? She was very TRL, very... It's like when it happened with Britney Spears as well. The moment Britney Spears does the Madonna stuff and Christina Aguilera done the Madonna stuff, woo.
Come on.
This is, do you know what? In my personal opinion, I think the thing that Rihanna and Chris Brown did really well is this. Literally this.
Go on, family. Mine ain't nobody's business. Really.
Stuff like this.
Very well. Chris Brown done
And
very
stuff
well.
like this. This is both on one album. So what they were able to do, is again do that thing where you could, if you wanted to, you could go to a Rihanna show and you could actually see and hear just this. You could go. She's got a whole bunch of rhythms that sound like just like this. Or you could go to a Rihanna show and you could just see and hear a whole bunch of these type of rhythms. And so when you go to a Rihanna show and you go to a Chris Brown show, you're seeing two sets of people that love them for two different reasons. They will. You'll get some people that will turn all the way up to Juices, and then you'll see another section of someone literally right next to you going mad to this Swedish House Mafia thing. That's what they've gone there for. So in my mind, although what Chris Brown did do is he accepted every feature. That's what he did do. After he licked down thing and did whatever he did do, after that he was working with bare people. Probably not to say that he wouldn't have worked with Chip at that time, but you're probably right that if that didn't happen, then this may not have happened because the label would have probably have tried to keep him down a certain type of lane. But I think that Chris Brown is so talented, yeah. Personally, I think his ascendancy is already there, but I think that if the Rihanna thing didn't happen, he would have done something else and it would have stunted his growth purely because of maybe the healing that he needed inside him anyway. Because the Rihanna thing wasn't the only thing that he did do. That was the biggest thing he did do, but over a period of time, there was still allegations that he, Karuchi, this gal and whatever.
Karuchi's after Rihanna.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, imagine having something so major happening in your life, yeah? You end up doing something like that and then later on down the line, you still have a light history of doing it. In my mind, that shows me that if this didn't happen, then something else down the line might have happened. It might not have been with a woman. He could have just punched somebody up. He could have just had a fight with Soulja Boy, or it could have just been whatever it was going to be. Because this is a youth who wants to fight and wants to get some type of aggression out of him. And that would have stunted his growth. But I do think that pushing that aside, his talent, I think his talent would have pushed him through still.
So I think we're saying two different things.
It's just whether or not we would have liked the music or not. That's my opinion.
So let's talk about what we said. You said the 1%ers do stadiums. So
Yeah.
Drake don't even do stadiums.
Yes, but I think Drake could have actually have done stadiums.
Let's talk about what's happening.
No, you're right. But let me just say this.
Go on.
He was doing a stadium until that thing happened. Yeah.
So Drake can't do stadiums. I don't want to talk about. I'm talking about what's happening because Kendrick's doing stadiums. So my point is, he's doing stadiums. Drake ain't doing stadiums. Why not go and get a gal? You're not doing stadiums. So my point is, I think in order for you to do that type of stuff, there needs to be a strong element of culture attached to it. And I genuinely feel when you stay within that other field, I don't know much people that are my complexion in the other field that are doing stadiums.
Yeah, but the only thing is,
do you understand where I'm coming from?
I understand what you're saying, but I have to. This is just because
Chris Brown's in Brazil.
This is personal intel.
He's doing bad baby stuff. He's doing sensational. He's in Africa.
You're right.
He's
but
like,
also,
and he wouldn't have done them collaborations, I believe, if he didn't have to access a whole new skill set. Because the label and all the services you previously had said later on, now you're starting to really access a different type of Chris Brown that you might not have accessed beforehand, or you would have done it at a later stage, which would have prolonged the whole process to possibly even doing stadiums in the first place. The fact that you've had to access it so early, it means now them blessings are here for you now because you've got to do bare fight. Remember, he was fighting against Adele, Jay-Z, Rihanna, Rock Nation, everybody, even to this day.
I believe that without Rihanna, Chris Brown still makes music like this.
But that's not the point I'm making, though.
But these songs are absolutely massive, bro.
But they're not going to make you stadiums. Those are contributing. Them songs are bigger than the guy. That's what that song. Those songs are bigger than the guy.
Bro, do you know that DJs like Swedish House Mafia are doing stadiums? Do you know that? Do you know that that's what they do as DJs?
I definitely know that. Yeah, but we're talking about something specifically. We're talking about a black artist.
Yeah.
A black artist, not no Swedish. Forget all of that. black artists? How many black artists that are super identifiable to a black person doing stadiums? I said Kendrick, you have to tell me Scissors beside him. I'm saying to Chris Brown is doing this by
I think
himself.
Chris Brown does it.
Huh?
I think Chris Brown does it.
Yeah, I don't think Chris Brown does it
I think that's the
without
lane.
that
I think that's the
story.
lane.
Without that situation happening and then stick, like, no, that situation there is so big because it was such a huge story. It meant some people's entry point to Chris Brown for the first time would have been that. So he's reached more people probably with that situation than his music. Then he's managed to flip the narrative. By him flipping the narrative, he's already got a large group of people that are aware of him that I don't think anything that the record label could have manifested for him.
Nah, do you know what? I genuinely believe that the labels see that this is some extra different talented you. You just don't get these.
They
type
dropped
of,
him out,
you
you know.
don't.
They had a 10-year plan with him.
Yeah, but
Sony,
that's because of
and
what he did
dropped
do.
him. So
And that's because of his talent. So imagine, so that even speaks to the point. Imagine, yeah, you're saying that he doesn't do this without a label, yeah?
Yeah, I think he does it better by himself. He's like, because he can do what he wants. At a label, you're being told what to do.
But the
Joel Santana's
reason-
on this person's on
But
that.
you do also
you're
understand
releasing
that. See labels, yeah. You can see that labels, well, when an artist does something to fuck something up or whatever, yeah. A lot of the time they bottle it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's an investment. So then what they will then do is they'll take their investment away because they feel like they're not going to be able to make anything from that.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, what it looked like he did do was insane. Like, you can't. It's hard at that time. If you go back to that moment, yeah, it's very difficult to predict that somebody of this ilk was going to be able to go on and do what he was doing because of the pictures of what this woman looked like after he did what. Sorry that I'm having to even bring this up, by the way, but it just is what it is. It's like, when you look at what actually happened, you're going to say that a lot of businesses are going to probably step away and say,
so they should though.
But out of pure talent and also obviously making the right moves, this was a guy who he accepted features, people, like, whoever decided to work with him, to carry on working with him or whatnot, he just kept going. And then on top of that, he had that period of time where when this Europop thing became so big, he was right in the midst of it, as well as Rihanna. And I do think that those are contributing factors to him being to where he's at this moment in time. But I also think that with or without that situation, him and Rihanna go into this Europop world.
Like
And I do,
said.
and for me personally, I'm not attributing that as their whole success, because clearly it's not. Like, when you go to a Chris Brown show, of course, clearly people love his R&B music, and they do with Rihanna. They love that. But if you go to the show, which you have been, and you see the response to these Europop songs, bearing in mind that, like, the producers that are making these rhythms are DJs alone who are just like, they're like, the way the headline in stadiums, festivals, and all that, it was so inspiring. I worked in that genre for a little while I was here.
I saw you in a festival, Chuckie. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did.
Chuckie, what I think again, with me, I'm only looking at what's happening in life. I can't use anything else other than that. I don't see no niggas selling out stadiums. It's that simple. And I trust Chris Brown's plan more than Sony's plan. 1,000,000%. That's the reasons why I believe it happened the way it did. I don't trust the plan that Sony had with Chris Brown.
Wait, so
and
is
the
he
plan that's
independent at the moment?
I don't think he's independent at the moment.
So
So when he
what-
would have got dropped from his label, like I said,
when did he
the
re-sign?
story, Tiger went and visited him in hospital.
Let's have a look.
He's going to visit him in hospital and convinced him to do this tape. That's got nothing to do with a record label. That's got nothing to do with anything. That's just Tiger saying, yo, Breezy, you're low right now. I want to do this tape with you. Where did I hear this tape? Dat Piff. That's where I downloaded it from. Not from like no big anything. It was from Dat Piff. So the fact that he had to reinvent that part of his career, which is a really, really detrimental part, I think that is a very crucial part to his story, which he had to take charge of. So if he benefits off the strength of that, I've like, wow. Basically what I'm saying is Chris Brown's plan, I trust more than the label's plan.
So
That's me anyway.
Yeah, that Fan of a Fan album that you're talking about is with RCA Records and Young Money.
No, Chris Brown was. Remember, I'm going to be with Young Money because of Tiger. I'm saying to you, when
Before that,
Chris
it
Brown
was
was in
RCA
hospital.
Records, division of Sony.
What year was it?
I don't know.
So all of it is RCA, by the way.
I think it's signed to Columbia, right?
That came later. Let me have a look.
But this incident happened.
This
in
is
07, you
RCA.
said, yeah.
Yeah, because remember that song, you know that tape that Chuckie's looking at now, yeah? When it came out, it's just out. It wasn't no label, there was nothing. It was on Dat Piff, bro. And then it gets signs off the back of the success of Deuces.
Oh yeah, because of the
yeah, because they dropped. Remember they dropped. Tiger dropped I'm So Raw, Turn the Oven On, Chef Papa John. That was on the project, so that was one of the teasers for this. And then they done Juices, fam. It's off the strength of the success of the project. Then next thing you know, man's getting Grammy nominations. Like he just done a mad thing off that project. But that project was not made with. Like, from my understanding, I remember what I read at the time, especially on Dat Piff, that a label was funded. Now, them lot had to just grind themselves, do you know what I'm saying? And it was their plan. I remember he's cussing Rihanna on it.
What's
You
he saying?
doing? Sorry, go on.
No, I was just trying to find the reference point because I'm trying to understand what you're saying. You're basically saying based on.
I think what he's saying makes a lot of sense. Ultimately, what I'm saying is
Makes a lot of
speculation.
sense.
It's speculation because the reality is that when that project came out, it did bring a lot of traction to Chris Brown and what he was doing musically, yeah. And that was probably at the time where he's obviously going through what he's going through, but people are conflicted as fans because he's done that, but this sounds good.
Yeah, but do you know what it is?
This sounds good, and sometimes for some people, you just gravitate to what sounds good.
But to sell out a stadium, you need character, or you just need to be Bad Bunny. You can't sell out a stadium and be an artist that just had good music as a black man. Maybe as Coldplay and all these other guys, but every artist that comes through making that type of music has a character that we follow, we sustain, and then when they make music on the other side, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, whether it's Michael Jackson, whoever. So there needs to be a crucial point in this story for us to continue to support you that we can all relate to, good or bad. And I think the Rihanna situation, if you take that out of Chris Brown's story, I don't believe he does stadiums, because at that point there, he had to take control of his career, and I trust Chris Brown taking control of his career more than the label, because when Chris Brown took control of it, Juices, all of this type of stuff, and I'm thinking, right, what's going on? And then the fact that you lot have gone and found out it came out through this label, I'm telling you, I got it off Piff.
Also, that is
it
quite,
was like
that's
free,
speculation as well.
no, but it was a downloadable project. The first project was downloadable free, and then off the strength of
still
that,
doesn't necessarily mean that he's the brains behind that. By the way,
what's that? No,
That's
but
still
he
the-
had to take charge of the situation. Whether it was his idea or not, it didn't come from the label. It wasn't from them. All of them conversations.
I don't know.
I do know because I read about it. It was from
Yeah, but-
Tiger and Chris Brown,
Yeah,
and
but-
then they would have had.
Diddy did help him a lot in that moment.
Yeah, I remember.
And
I remember
was it Diddy as well?
Diddy was talking.
And
Yeah.
Diddy- it
'Cause
wasn't
Diddy
like-
Diddy had him in his yard. I remember that. But
That's-
you know
that's
what
the
it
bad
is?
part. But
Diddy had him in his yard. Yeah,
But it wasn't no label people, because they wouldn't help you. You just smacked up Rihanna. You're everywhere you go, man are not happy with you, bro. Jigger man's pushing you
My
away
question to you is, I'm not disagreeing with the label stuff. You saying that
because the industry wasn't behind him.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. His own character, etc., pushed him to strive and do. Yeah, cool, woo.
I am disagreeing with that. by the way.
But I'm saying to you, are you saying based on what he made pre-assaulting Rihanna, that he wasn't on the trajectory
on an
to be in
ascendancy.
this-
The reason I'm putting Chris Brown there purely because it's not even just about this.
Do you even remember? Like, no disrespect. I mean this like in the greatest respects. I'm in my 30s. I remember, and Chuckie remember. I remember when Chris Brown was outside. Like I remember it.
I was
And I'm
in
telling
school.
you, a lot of people that like Chris Brown, it was like bubblegum R&B music. It was good, but it was very bubblegum, bro.
Yes.
You can't tell me, yo, it's gonna have the same impact as like the 90s R&B. It's not. It's still good, but it's very bubblegum because it's for a younger audience. The one place we're all ending up as in any product is adults. So when you make products that adults love, that will last forever. Products that kids love, now and then. So when Chris Brown gets into a adult situation, he had to make a choice in his career which would inflict it more. Everything before then, it's not that it's rubbish, but it's a bit childish, wall to wall, all this other stuff. Now,
Can I speak?
grown man business.
Can I speak?
So
Yeah.
that decision
Here-
there, I think, is the most important decision Chris Brown's had to make.
Let me summarize. Or you can say what you want to say after this, yeah? Firstly, I'm not always on the full belief that the label didn't have something to do with this, purely because I do think that there's a world where there are people within that system that see that this person has done something insanely bad, but they have identified that this person he has a different type of X factor. So devising a plan of how to get him accepted again, it wouldn't surprise me if there were people behind the label like Boo, who is Akon. Boo's been around Chris Brown a lot, who's Akon's brother, who's like, if you do something looking into Boo, you'll see that he's behind Rihanna, he's behind a few different people or whatever, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if people like, and he works for labels, it wouldn't be surprised if there was people like that were devising this plan for it to do this. Here's my thing. I believe Chris Brown still becomes a stadium artist. Here's where I will agree with you though. I think that Chris Brown, without this situation, becomes a stadium artist, but we don't like his music as much as we like it today.
That's right.
I believe that the music that gets him there is more leaning towards a style that has maybe been formulated originally by the original label's plan potentially than it is of maybe what he has done and the people around him to get him cool and doing X, Y, and Z. I think he gets there.
Is
I think
Usher
he
a
is
stadium
so.
artist?
Huh?
Is Usher a stadium artist?
No.
Is Neo a stadium artist?
No.
They also went Ibiza. That's all I'm letting you know.
Yeah. So.
Usher's an
So-
artist.
Huh?
No, he's not a stadium artist.
He's not. That's what I'm saying.
But that
And
doesn't.
they-
I'm not. But wait, I'm not saying. I am not saying that this is the only reason or only means of how he can get there. But what I do believe is though, is someone as talented as him, if he doesn't have this story, he still gets there, but there's probably a lot more of this music. Because not only,
Chuckie, do you
ultimately,
believe
he's
you
really
can
good at
access-
it. Huh?
Do you believe you can access your full skill set under the instructions of somebody else?
What do you mean?
So, you know, like, for example, Central C in 2016 had more scope to do what he wants than Central C in 2025.
Yeah.
In a sense of from the label. The label will be more on him now. You reckon so, yes or no?
The label would be more on
Say if he
Central
was
C
on
now.
say he was signed to a label in 2016 with everything that's happened in his career, I reckon the label would be more attentive to him today than they would have been in 2016.
Yes, the label would. I think that the label would.
Be more attentive.
When you say attentive, what do you mean?
All right, so when Chris Brown's releasing, see if you can run it, all of that stuff, and he's the nation's sweetheart,
Yeah.
I imagine the label is very attentive. I imagine everyone's whatever.
Yeah, they're doing everything that they want to.
Because I think me and you are saying the same thing but differently. Because if Twin helps me, Atlantic didn't help me, or So Dev, whatever, didn't help me. If you worked for a label, the label didn't help me. Chuckie helped me. So if you're telling me this guy, Akon's brother, helped him or Diddy helped him, it's got nothing to do with the label. It emphasizes my point more. Them people in any place, they could have worked in an off license, they would have helped Chris Brown. If it was up to the label, I don't think the label helps Chris Brown. I remember the time and I was heavily invested. I'm talking about Adele publicly move away from me. Like the time Chris Brown went in, I don't know how the hell he survived. Genuinely, I don't know how the hell he survived. It's one of the worst things I've seen in my life. And not say he didn't deserve it or did, but it was up there with David Beckham. I don't know how he survived. Like these were globally bad things. So to come out of it, I don't think the record label sat down and devised the plan for Chris Brown. I genuinely don't. I could be wrong. I don't know with that.
I genuinely do.
I don't think they did. I think after it got to a point where they were like, we don't know what to do, I think they just said, he's there, it might work, it might not, but this looks like it's... Because there was no real bounce backs back then. Anyone that got cut out, they were gone, bro. There was no bounce backs. Chris Brown, to me, in my mind, in this scene, might be the biggest and the most impactful comeback. That's when I go raw.
Yeah, as well as Craig
got
David.
the opportunity. I mean, it depends.
I'm not
on
even saying that to be funny. Craig David was written all the way off, but that's another conversation.
But not for like.
not for that. But
do you know? I hear
he's
you.
still doing. He's doing. He went anyway. I don't want to
Because he was written off, and there was a lot to do with that.
Anyway, I don't want to dub it.
But I just think where Chris Brown was, the only person that could get man out of that is Chris Brown, which I think most people all have to probably agree. It doesn't matter. There's too many cases today in record labels with artists that are talented that are not able to get themselves out of it. So it has to be Chris Brown. And I think that's the most crucial point in his career. And if whatever happens off the back of it, I don't believe that's available to you before the situation. I think that's your pathway. That's the only way it would have gone that way. I don't believe there's an alternative path, especially when I see the products that happen afterwards. They're more grown. There's more longevity. You can listen to them more. Everything beforehand, because of his age and so on and so forth, bit candy, a bit childish.
Yeah, I mean, again, I do think it's unfair to mention like names like Chris Brown. I mean, Usher, because it's like before each artist there was somebody else, and each person is a stepping stone towards that. So it's almost like saying, well, you know what, Bobby Brown was never a stadium artist. Like
Right,
the
Neo.
scene was a whole.
Neo done songs like he done big
Can I be
songs.
honest with you? Neo to me doesn't have the X factor. Neo
Okay.
makes really good songs.
Okay.
He makes really good songs. He looks okay. He's an incredible writer.
Yeah.
And he's written songs for artists that have been way past him. But to me, he doesn't have an X factor.
Okay.
This is the only reason why I'm saying this about Chris Brown. To me, Chris Brown has an X factor. He just has a complete different. When I met, let me not put it like that. I can't meet him, but Reggie Styles had a thing
So
years
funny.
ago. Remember Reggie Styles?
Yeah.
Reggie Styles
Oh,
used
he's
to
so
work for
funny.
Sony, actually, yeah. He's actually, I was part of Sony Street Team, but I'm not going to make it about me. Anyway, he he did this thing, yeah, and he had Chris Brown
Oh,
there. It was in central London, it was on Wardour Street. I can't remember. Reggie, if you're watching this, yeah, you'll be able to give the full details. He was there, and it was like an invited people to feel
Come
special or
on,
whatever,
man.
yeah. And I'm not going to lie, Chris Brown walked in as a young youth, and he just had that thing. Whatever that was, he just had that. And I think that regardless of what happens, his ascendancy is that. It's just about whether we sit here today and say his music is good or not. That's me.
That's fair enough.
He's just got the X factor. And you know what? Like, Usher had the X factor for his time, but the scene was just different then. It wasn't like how if Usher had his 8701 or Confessions, shall I say? If Confessions was today, and that whole hysteria was that, if you take that from back then and bring this today, especially with the internet and all of that, does he become a stadium artist? I think he gets one.
I don't think Usher's
I think he gets one. I think he gets what Drake would have got. One. Not everywhere, but you know what? What I will tell you is that Tottenham Stadium was booked for 2 nights in the summertime until Not Like Us came out. I know that because I know who was the support act. Yeah? So as soon as Not Like Us came out, they had to send back the deposit. Or they might have lost the deposit.
And that's what I'm trying to say. And I'm saying I think I might be saying the same thing as you, but because you're talking about situations that happened that changed the course of time. That means that's always it was going to be. And who was the person that changed the course of time? It would have been Kendrick. So
Yeah,
I'm
Kendrick
crediting
changed it.
the artist over the label because they make the decisions. Juices is not a song that anybody wrote other than Tyga, Chris Brown, and the other brother. They wrote it. They chose for it to be the lead single. They made these decisions, which impacted
You
the
can't say
situation
that
for them.
though. You don't know that.
So, my guy, if I put up, I own Filthy. If something comes out on Monday, I've made the decision. It doesn't matter if 7 other people
You don't
commit
know
to it.
who made the decision though.
But it's Chris Brown's song. Who else is
Yeah,
gonna
so?
make to release Chris Brown's song apart from Chris Brown?
So there's still, you remember
So
that.
I'm asking you, who else? Because you're saying like, just give me an example. Then I go, oh, fair enough. Who else is gonna decide to release Chris Brown's song other than Chris Brown?
Okay, I'll give you an example of something that could happen as you're speculating, yeah? This is what could have happened. Somebody from the label could have turned around and said, you know what? This is the way that we just need to get him in the studio with Tank. We need to get him in the studio with, who else is credited on this?
But he was in the hospital. He was in the hospital recovering. And
We
Tyga
need to
got
get him
him
in the
out.
studio with James Fauntleroy, a few other people, whatever else, yeah? And ultimately, we need him to be in these sessions making this. And Chris Brown could have made the rhythm, and the team of people around that could have turned around and said, yeah, let's just start drip feeding them this. Let's start drip feeding them that. Let's start drip feeding them this. And once you start getting a little bit of traction, all right, cool, let's kill him with that. Let's kill him with this. Because ultimately, I believe this dude has got the X.
You
this
think
is
Sony commercial? You reckon Sony, that where he was at, advised him to release something on that piff?
But you know, but yes.
No way.
Yes.
No
100%
way.
I believe that those.
No.
Because you know what it
way.
is? You're looking
It's
at
not even the
you're
same.
looking at Sony
No
as,
way.
You're looking at Sony as a office full of just white people. You
But
see the people
he
that
was
are in and around.
This is 2008, 2009. What else would it have been?
Boo! I don't know all of these people, by the way. So they're good.
Bro, when I saw Chris Brown walking with his team, when it went to like everything when they were younger, big man, snowflakes.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I can
There's
show
so
you.
many-
You're saying you don't know. I'll show
me,
you.
then do it.
No problem. Where's my phone? I'll show you when he went to Punk. His whole team was white. I'm not saying these are bad things. I'm not saying these are good things. But I'm saying they're not telling you go that piff. They're not.
But you do know that when you do this,
They're not going
You know when you
that
do
piff.
this, you do have to point out what each person does.
Bro, these people, you can look at certain people and you know they're not going that piff. It's not like a bad thing or
what do
good
those
thing.
people do in that?
They don't go that piff. That's where he went. I'm just trying to. They're not aware of culture.
But they might not be. But they might not be responsible for the music side of Chris Brown. That could be Boo. That could be James Fauntleroy. That could be there's other people that you don't see that are a part of that. These are what stylists and fucking whoever's else.
But what did I say to you about?
You don't know
Boo?
who those people are.
Who did I say to you about this Boo character? If it's Boo and Diddy, that's not the label.
You can't do that.
I can do that.
They're
though.
part of the label. They are paid a
Bro,
wage. They are paid a wage to do something.
Twin to me is not the label. They're not the label. I'm not giving them man.
But they work.
label.
But they work for a label, regardless
I'm
of what
gonna
you say.
generalize.
They're using
label.
the.
You're not BBC One Extra.
They're using the label's money.
Why not? You're not BBC Radio 1 Extra. You're not
Of course
One
not.
Extra.
But
Thank you. But you work there.
I don't think.
But you work there. Like I could go there and ignorantly someone could go, "Oh, he's a BBC Radio 1." No, you're not. He's not.
Yeah,
there are certain people in certain.
Let me
areas
use your example.
that-
Let me use your example. Let me use your example. All right. Let's just say, yeah. No, but yeah, I'm not letting him have it today.
Cool.
If I work for BBC One Extra, yeah, I am not necessarily just them, but I'm using their facilities, right?
Of course.
So if an artist comes in and I am using their facilities to champion this artist, I'm a part of that. I'm using their system to do that. So they are still a part of that. I'm using
I don't know
their
what that
facilities.
means, but I know if you broke a song on One Extra, I wouldn't go One Extra broke the song. I would say Chuckie broke the song. Now, if it got broke on fucking daytime,
So you kind of have to say that Chuckie from One Extra broke the song.
No, you would maybe say that, and I understand because we're in front of this camera, so don't make me get too.
No,
mad.
I wouldn't.
But I'm
No,
saying
no,
to you,
not at all,
bro,
not at all.
Chuckie. No, I don't care about this radio station that Funkmaster Flex is on. I just
do.
go. Do you know what I think?
Funkmaster Flex on Hot 97.
Today, no one cares, bro. Everyone cares about the
Of
individual.
course not
Chuckie.
today, because we don't care about radio like that today.
So, if
but
that's
at one point in time, of course they
in music
did.
like that, no one cared.
Of
No
course
one
they
cared,
did. When he
For example,
did.
no, not in, bro.
I'm done. I'm finished.
No
I'm
one
done.
cared about Boo. No one cared about Sony more than Boo. No one I used to listen to the way New Yorkers spoke about things, and unless it was a brother at the label, whatever, they were not interested. They didn't go to commercial radio stations for the plug their music, everything. They were more about this brotherhood over there than we were over here. So when they went to somebody, it was less to do with the infrastructure and more to do with the person. So if something happens, you credit the person, not the infrastructure. Because if the person wasn't there, the infrastructure wouldn't provide it. So I've got to go, Chuckie,
You don't know that.
My God, but I'm
You don't
looking
know
at
that.
what's happened though.
Of course, so you're.
So I'm saying it hasn't happened, so-
Where you're smart with your argument is that you can say, because that did happen, we don't know what happened any other way. We don't, because
we've had
ultimately it happened this way.
No, because
we don't know
it
that.
could have gone any way, and it's
course
chosen
it
to
did.
go this way.
Exactly.
So therefore, if it's gone this way, I've got to go, why has it gone this way? And look at all the reasons why it's gone this way. I can't go, forget that it's gone this way. Let me see how it could have gone another way. But this is the way it went.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to
Exactly.
go, Boo's the reason why it went like that. I'm going to take a look at the collaborations on that project from Chris Brown in the first place. And I'm going to say,
So who's
these
the
are
label?
all fresh
Who are
collaborations.
the, if that person isn't, say that person is working at the label, but you're not crediting them, or
I am crediting them. I'm not crediting the label.
You're crediting them. You're not crediting.
Yeah,
the
I'm
label.
not crediting the
so
label.
So then, who is the label then?
What's that?
Who's the label? When do you credit a label?
It's kind of difficult for me to credit somebody that just stands there and you bring something in and they promote it. Their job is to provide finance and leverage, and I can only credit for the finance and the leverage. The creative process and the decisions made to do what I can't credit you for that because you've not been a part of that. But can I credit you from leveraging something and putting finance behind it? 100%. So then I take a look at the product that was made. Tiger was on it that went and visited you. I don't imagine that cost you a lot. I think it was Kevin McGraw or something like
Kevin
that.
McCall, yeah.
Kevin McCall. He was the one that was producing all of that. I don't imagine that cost you a lot. Then it came out on that piff. I don't imagine that cost you a lot. So then I go, you didn't really put much finance behind it. The fact that it was on that piff and you had collaborations with artists that were
speculation,
smaller.
by the way. That's another thing you don't know.
Couldn't, no.
But also,
wait. Big finance on that piff. Chris Brown on that piff, yeah. If you saw the traction that went on that piff that time, yeah, like it was difficult to even download it. You're saying this, that, and the third. I don't even know if you knew that Piff when you was a kid like that. Like, I don't even know if you piffed. So I'm saying to you, like, I'm being real honest. Like, I'm gonna credit the brothers in that situation more than the infrastructure because.
But where does it stop though? Because then you might have to credit the person who has employed the person to be there.
What?
Because
you reckon I'm gonna credit whoever employed you at One Extra? No. Do you know why? Because you unapologetically made this space your own. You didn't make it seem like you could look anywhere else.
That's
and
what
I imagine most
that's
of
what
the
it's
people,
supposed to be. If I
but
run
that's
a company,
how it is for brothers.
if I run a company, yeah, and I'm the upper echelon of this company, and I employ somebody to do a job, what do I expect them to do? Their job. So you can sit there and say that this person did their job. That's what they was employed to do. That's why they're paid a big wage. That's why they are who they are, because they was employed to do that. They used the facilities and they did it very well. Here's the thing.
They get it wrong a lot.
Of course they do.
They get it wrong more than they get it right. So when they get it right, I'm never going to credit them.
But that's business. I get it wrong on stocks all the time, but guess what? I get it right sometimes.
We're not talking about that though. We're speaking about someone's career and how it went somewhere. So I'm not going to generalize anything.
But that's part of business, bro. Not everything is a sure bet.
I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying to you, if one building gets more things wrong than right, I'm going to be figuring out, so how did you get the things that you got right? I'm going to want to know who's responsible. Because if it was something that you got right all the time, then I'm never going to credit Boo. I'm going to go, it's the building, they always get it right. But they don't. So the one time that it's got right in a situation that is very, very unique, that they've never been through before, I'm going to go, you need a special set of people to do it. Then when I take a look at all the resources used from that situation in comparison to what you had prior, I go, that team there clearly don't know about this boy. Who's the new team that you employed? You look at the producers, they were all brand new producers. You take a look at the artists involved, it was just like Tyga, Kevin McCall, and there was one other person on the song. I think it was Wayne or something like that. But realistically, it was a fresh team of people that I imagine probably had to be gathered together, because at them times, who the fuck is going to want to work with Chris Brown knowing that the worldwide press has just said he punched up Rihanna? No one's going to want to go near this guy, bro.
Other than the people that are highly skilled and that see somebody who has an X factor.
Tiger is not highly skilled.
No, definitely not Tiger.
Kevin McCall lasted all of 2 projects. So, like, again...
I'm not talking about them.
But they're the people that are... That's the project. Chris Brown, Tiger. That is the project that definitely made everyone go, wow.
But who had the X factor on that project? It definitely wasn't Tiger. There we go. And that's my point. I'm saying that Chris Brown, regardless of... This is what some people would say is the sad reality, yeah? Chris Brown could do some heinous things. He has an X factor. He has a different type of... Look, whether we like it or not, R. Kelly had that as well. He was doing certain things. Now, Tory Lanez, he ain't got that. He's not got that. He's very good. There's a difference between being like... There's a difference between being really good Chris and Brown, having an X factor.
Yeah,
R. Kelly had a real X factor. I still think today, if R. Kelly isn't in the situation that he's in,
the best,
he today makes another Stone Cold worldwide banger. Today,
I agree with you.
And makes everyone dance, and he does stadiums.
I agree with you.
Because he's got the X factor, and I just think that Chris Brown has got that.
He hasn't got
this is a man who could do a one-legged front flip on beat.
Yeah.
His thing's different.
Do you know,
and he's mixed race.
Yeah.
And he's tall, and he can sing, and he can play basketball, and he can play football, and he can take...
Alright, again, R. Kelly, actually, I take it back. Because R. Kelly's inspiration was F3. And again, I know everyone keeps talking about, I'm only speaking about how I see something created off the back of what you're doing. Without the F3, you don't make good music.
Do you know how highly skilled you got to be to have this past and to make Step in the Name of Love? Do you know how wicked...
It wasn't his past.
Do you know how wicked...
It was his present. That's what I'm saying. If you change his present, go ask him to make a song now. He can't make Step in the Name of Love.
I bet he can.
I bet he can't.
I bet you in jail, R. Kelly makes a Step in the Name of Love. I bet you any money he could.
Did you listen to his last project?
He's got another project.
Oh! This is what I mean. Let me not type this thing, because the algorithms are going to start saying this is your new thing. No.
Hey, we spent too much time on that. Yeah. Anyway, all right, cool. Let's be right in some aspects and agree to disagree in others.
Say no more.
On a serious one, the internet Actually, let me not pull it down to the internet. There was this young lady who was on X, Twitter, saying that she had been abused by Slow Jams with A. And a lot of people were sending this around, saying that he... What was it she said? In the past 2 years, the man Slow Jams with A... She had named his government name.
What?
She said that he had awed her, assaulted her multiple times, and she was... Let me be... Is she a DJ?
It's the Triple A, right?
Oh yes, the DJ. Yeah. Yes, the DJ. He does Slow Jams with A. She was also talking about like it, because some people were saying, "Oh, you know, it's a weird one, isn't it?" It's like people were kind of skeptical about what she was saying until she had mentioned that she'd pressed charges around it. She said that she pressed charges a couple of times.
Jesus Christ.
Which is obviously sad to hear all around. Like, he hasn't said anything, so he will obviously have a side to the story in that as well. I'm not sure what he's going to do about that, but it's an unfortunate stain to have happened regardless of what the situation is, because sorry to do this, but there obviously is a world where he can say that that didn't happen, and
He did.
he did say that, yeah?
He came out today and said it.
What did he say?
Let me just get that up.
When did this come out?
This came up like literally a couple of days ago.
This came out September.
These are always really tricky conversations to have when you don't really know. There's no information. It's just one person who's come out and said something mad, and then he's just responded. Can you find it?
Yeah, I'm just getting it up now, bro.
And then what is the solution? Because I don't want to just sit here and just talk about these lots. Like, what is there a wider conversation to have in this?
In regards to
I don't know. I mean,
men doing heinous shit.
yeah, do you know what? See, this is the thing. This is where it's tricky to do that, because I guess on one sense you can have that conversation because this is what this person has said. But if this isn't the case, having a whole conversation based upon that when that isn't the case probably feels really disheartening on the other side. But then if you don't have this conversation, knowing that this person might have experienced something really traumatic, then it's disheartening from their side because, yo, this is what happened to me. This is my real life. And I'm stepping out every day and everyone's just going about their normal life. Like, what, is this what he said?
This is what he said.
Read some of it.
While
Where did he put this, by the way?
This was on Instagram, then he reposted it on Twitter.
Okay.
I see it still.
Yeah.
Just read some of it.
Cool. While I've been advised not to speak during this open investigation, I recognise that this false slanderous attempt affects more than just me.
Right.
In staying true to my character and out of respect for my team and those around me whose names are being dragged into a false narrative, I feel I have to speak up. Contrary to what has been circulating, I initiated this police investigation.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I want to be clear, the allegations against me are false. By the way, I don't think this is fair that we haven't read hers, but it's cool.
I'll read hers after.
The allegations...
Yes, actually, we didn't read hers.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair. We should read hers.
Go on, read hers.
In the last 2 years, the man you know as AAA, Neil Apea, has raped and assaulted me multiple times. The first time I was 20 and he was 28. The last time was April this year while he was my employer. I've turned down jobs, lied about my absence at events because I was terrified and carried this in silence while he was protected and enabled. Women have been sounding the alarm about him for years, and so many of you failed to listen. That's also what I saw. There was more than one female. Yeah. So let me be clear. Stop booking him, stop attending Slow Jams with A, stop funding an abuser. And to any woman he's ever done something questionable to, whether you're unsure what it was or when it was 10 years ago, please message me. Listen, I've been terrified of speaking up because women are punished for telling the truth, but I refuse to let this man continue with no consequences. And if you treat me differently because I've spoken out, you are part of the problem. In that case, do me a favour, hit that unfollow button.
And then go on.
I'll start from the top. No, I won't.
Oh, no, that's all right. It's fine.
The truth is, I came to know someone and was in an on and off consensual situation with them for the past 18 months.
Right.
I'll hold myself accountable. Once it crossed into a professional setting, I should have drawn the line. I didn't, and that mistake has haunted me since January 2025. To be very honest, this is an embarrassing situation, having to be this vulnerable, but I put myself here, so I'm addressing it. Since January...
After this paragraph, that's it.
Since January, I've tried to deal personally and amicably with what I believe was only a pregnancy matter,
Right.
which then turned into which turned into an extortion attempt where this person created false stories in an effort to financially abuse me. I made it clear from the start of this that I did not want to be a co-parent due to the toxicity of our dynamic. While giving her all the information needed to make her own decisions, she chose to proceed with a termination in Feb 2025, and I was supportive. I attended appointments, covered costs during her recovery, and tried to navigate it responsibly.
Yeah, just leave it there. Yeah, it's sad. It's a good thing that there's no children involved in any of this. And whatever the right thing is supposed to happen, I hope that happens. But yeah, this is like a real unfortunate thing to happen to anyone. Like, and there obviously on one side there are a lot of women out there that do find themselves in situations where they don't want to talk about what's happened to them because nobody believes them, and it makes it more difficult because sometimes there are also situations on the other side where narratives are created and stains have been put on people that actually haven't necessarily been the case. I think we're, as a society, yet to know how to navigate those situations when they come out, because when they go on the internet and people start talking about them, then it starts to become even more of a bigger thing, and there's like so much more opinions and stuff in that too. But yeah, I don't think people really know how to deal with them. But all I can say is that whatever the right thing is to happen, I hope that does happen, and prayers all round, really.
You not see that Ginger J thing?
Huh?
Where he said he doesn't date black women.
What's that?
Like Ginger J.
I did see that today. I saw that today. Do you know what? Yeah. Do you want me to play it to you?
I saw it, bro. Did you see I had to quote it? I was like, do you know what I quote tweeted?
I was gonna actually.
I've made every mistake online possible. I am your Jesus Christ. I have died for your sins. What are you lot doing?
That is so true.
I've done everything twice. Like, I've shown you, don't do all of these things. Like, because you know what? If that is what you choose to believe, I'm not here to tell you you're wrong, even though you're fully wrong. I'm not here to tell you. Just keep it to yourself. Keep it. I don't understand what good comes out of you screaming that in anger. You've not even said it where you've made it look like a joke. Like, big man, this is how you truly feel.
Here's why I don't date black women.
What the hell,
Listen
bro?
to me when I'm talking to you lot.
I'm listening.
Because you lot don't like to listen. I don't date black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Which place?
Your place.
Which
and when you
place?
get put in your place, you think you got taught like a man.
That's why they were cheating on you then.
You're not men.
I don't
Brother,
really want that.
like, and you know what? Yeah, you're a big man. I just don't. And oh, Ginger, man, why are you doing this?
Do you know the maddest thing is? I know I would like this guy, you know.
Trust
He's a
me.
really cool guy though, which is
Yeah, and I know I've met him before still. But
He's
you
a
know
ginger
what it
nigga.
is? Do you know what it is? Here's the thing, yeah. People are never gonna love conversations about preference.
Nope.
They're not. But the reality is that in this life, we just have to accept that people have preferences. They do, yeah. And if there is going to be a conversation about preferences, then have a conversation about preferences. I just think that we don't need to have the conversation that is about preferences, but make it about disrespecting what you don't like. I just don't think that it doesn't have to be that way. And also, I hope that when women hear stuff like that, that they see the disrespect on the other side too. Because I'll be honest with you, if I was a white woman or an Indian woman or a Chinese woman or wherever, I heard somebody say, I don't like you because you don't like to be put in your place. I'm gonna be thinking, hold on a minute. So what, you're saying that you could just put me in my place? You think, oh, that's the vibe that I'm giving off. I'm giving off the vibe that you could just chat to me in any way that you want to chat to me. Like, I would hope that anyone else outside of that looks at that and sees the disrespect on that side too, because it's weird. Like, you know, the first premise of you, if you like something or you have a preference to something, and you're talking about that preference to that thing, it's supposed to lead with why you love that thing.
Not why you hate other things.
I love this preference because it makes me feel like this, and I just this, and I like that, and this and that. It's not supposed to be, I like this thing because you fucking, and you, and I don't like. Then there's like, in my mind now, respectfully, this is therapy. Something needs to be unpacked here. We need to look at that. And once we look at that, you might actually see the beauty in the thing that you say you hate so much. Do you get what I'm saying? But we just don't need to do that. But also, as well, when I see these conversations, Poe, it also reminds me how much of a big man I am. Because I'm so bored of this.
But that's my only problem, you know. When I was making these mistakes, I was at Egypt. I was younger, and I was a younger Egypt. But the mistakes have been made online. That mistake has been made online. That error, that stupidity has been made online. So when you make it in 2025, because you're my brother, you're my brother, but this is how I talk to my brothers. That's how Egypt thing.
Yeah, come on.
That's how Egypt thing. Because from my understanding, you rearrange the words in ginger, you have nigger, and I believe you're one. So that means you must have a black sister. What, she don't listen? She can't be put in her place? Or a black cousin? Or auntie? Or you basically just cussed all your family members. Any female brethren you have that's black, you've just disrespected her. And then like Chuckie said, you've then disrespected the individuals that you know don't happen to be black, because you're basically saying you lot are Egypts. You can be put in your place. Yeah. To a certain extent, it looks like from a place of trauma that you're working off the fact that you tried to get with a black girl. She weren't on it from a place of strength, and now you're threatened. And instead of you thinking, what did I do wrong? You're just pointing the finger. This is the places that we can go now, Ginger. So just lie them comments, especially on us. How can you say that on a show for black people?
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes it stink even more.
You done the shit on this doorstep, like in front of our people.
Yeah.
Like, I just think at some point, if you're a real one, you'll push the ego to the side. You put your left or your right hand up, and you'll just say,
"Yeah,
my bad."
Yeah, man. And look, everyone has a time when you lose a little bit of control, but I do ultimately respect control, though. I think if you are in an environment where, you know, there's heated conversations and whatnot, I personally always find me, even if I don't necessarily agree with the person's opinion, I always have a little bit more of a respect for somebody who in those situations are able to articulate themselves a certain way within that demographic, as opposed to it becoming a cussing match.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah?
I will say though,
but
great trailer. Great trailer.
Is it? That I listened.
Because we don't know that
algorithm, don't you dare.
Hear me out though, because you don't know what the full episode is. He might have said that and apologized 30 seconds later. And this is all a waste of time.
That is very true.
So I say great trailer, and if I don't see an apology, Chuckie. There we go.
Woo. Listen, have you got howlers?
Chuckie, I've got 2 good howlers. You know? I've got 2 good howlers. So Chuckie, basically, what I've tried to do, and it's taken me some time. I understand the people of England, some of the Caucasian people think I don't like them. We have to make this clear. You're right. I'm joking. We gotta make this clear. It's absolute lie. I love everyone. I genuinely do. But I like to also point out discrepancies. And because I was raised a little bit raggo, sometimes the way in which I express it is not too nice. I'm trying to work on it. I'm becoming a better person. But let me just show you somebody that's a Caucasian that also agrees with some of the things that I'm saying. I'm gonna do the Diddy, and that's press play. Nothing else.
This place sucks. The majority of people that I've met in England that are English, no, not all of them, obviously, you can't speak for everyone ever, but there's a good portion of them that are just horrible people. The government sucks, the weather's awful, the job market's terrible, we get paid terribly. I mean, obviously the NHS now was really good, and now it's not being funded nearly enough, but...
Not funded nearly enough. Sent me home 3 weeks. It's been 4 months. I still have it on.
Whose fault is that?
I'm not doing that.
I mean, that part's mine. But I mean, the part of me going to the hospital asking, yo, can I get a service? They sent me away, said you'll be fine in 3 weeks. It's been 4 months.
No, I'm not particularly proud to be British. And we've got awful stereotypes for the rest of the world. I mean, we're the most obnoxious twats when it comes to holidays, and it's just horrible. We refuse to learn other people's languages, and it's disgusting. No, I'd rather be French.
So that was a young man on Joe. Shout out Joe, obviously trying to give content across the world. I'm not quite sure what this young man's name is. I don't know what he does, but I really, really like him. I feel like he articulated well enough why he doesn't like the country currently. And this is what you lot have to understand. That can change. When I say I don't like something, it's because I believe it has the power to change. So all of you wonderful people that feel that the best thing for you to do is go up and down the country, put in your English flag or your Great Britain flag on a fucking lamppost or something, I just think it's a waste of time. When I say as a black man, I'm proud of myself and I have pride, it's because of where I've come from. So I can say we spoke today about the last 5 years. My last 5 years is fucking crazy. Some of you don't want to last in 6 months, but I've come through it, so I'm very proud of myself. And that's what black people, they've gone through so much, they're very proud of themselves. White people in this country, you haven't been through that adversity for you to put your flag up and be really proud of yourself for it. There's nothing to be proud of. If you got a really good job and you knew you had to work hard to get it, every reason to be proud of yourself. But when you take a look at the state of this country, their history and what they stand for you to put your flag up like that, you're just screaming I'm racist. Have a good day though. Next one.
Wait, one second.
Sorry, my brother.
There was, like, at the moment, people are putting their flags up a lot.
They are putting their flags
up. What is
up.
this about? It's about immigration again still.
Yeah.
The immigration situation, and I don't understand why you have a problem with immigration, to be honest with you. I've got a clip that can actually throw that across the board. But if you have a problem with immigration, this is what I say. What we should do is then give everything back. Everything. Even like the curry shops that you seem to like. Give everything back. Just have your own culture. Fish, chips, Wayne Rooney. Deal with it. Actually, Wayne Rooney's Irish.
Is fish and chips English culture?
Is it even? It must be. It's in Brighton. No? Chuckie, if you're telling me that's not even theirs, they've gone too far.
Irish.
Anyhow, Yorkshire puddings are not yours, and they're from Yorkshire, I'm out.
I think it is.
Well, French fries ain't for the French. It gets crazy.
No, the chips they nicked
Chips
it.
and fruit, right?
Is it English, Chuckie?
Oh, it is, yeah.
All right, we're just making sure. We're just making sure.
They've nicked it.
They've nicked it.
They've definitely nicked it.
EA Sports says they nicked it. So anybody else, you go for him, don't go for me. But I'm just saying, people, being proud and having pride is usually associated with something that we can all universally say that's a reason for you to be proud.
There's a Jewish connection to this, by the way.
There's a what?
It says fish and chips originated in Great Britain in the 1860s. The two components were brought to Britain by Jewish refugees from Spain and Portugal in the 16th century.
They're my nick it.
So this is some interracial different discussion. The Jewish man brought it from Spain to get to the English. This reminds me of my picnic. Half Jamaican, half Tunisian, living in Sweden. It's a very confusing situation. Let's now move on to an individual who I believe is definitely one of the greatest human beings on planet Earth.
Agreed.
Now, I'm tired of people wanting to say things or yearning to say things that they're just not meant to say, and then having an issue that they can't say it. One of them being the N-word. No, not November. No, not no. I'm talking about N-I-G-G strong E-R. The strong E-R. That was said to this young man here, and then this young man decided to go, You want to play it from there? This young man decided that we're going to take it into our own hands. Take it away, EA Sports.
Right, for no reason, guess what? You're going to get kicked out of the United States Navy. You know how they tell us that we should be careful what we do on social media because there can be real-life consequences? Hi, my name's Real Life Consequence. I've done a thorough background check, and now I know everything about you. I know what little town in Texas you're from. I know your name, your phone number, your email address. I've seen your disciplinary records. I know the names of all of your family members, including your dead mother, and your daughter who turns 2 next week, and her mother. To the white guy that called me slurs over and over again in my life, I know exactly which boat in the Navy you serve on, and I know the names of black sailors that serve in the same boat as you. Maybe I'll send the clips to them as well. But only after I send them to the Naval Inspector General's office, because I'm getting you fired. I'm getting you kicked out of the Navy. There's nothing you can do to stop me. There is no apology I will accept. There is no excuse I will listen to. There is no money you could offer me. You're getting fired. I know exactly.
I love that instrument.
Now pause. This again speaks to my argument about the ability to impact culture so you can do stadiums. Kendrick! The real brothers, you tried to get on the brother. He said, I'm going to do a retaliation that makes you understand where I'm standing. So you see that N word you say with a strong ER? You might end up in ER, people. Please just put it down. I understand you hear it in music and you want to say it. Put it down. Should I show you the last reason why you should put it down? Yes. Because I'm actually tired of Karens.
Yeah, I think a simple "can you move your truck, please" would have sufficed. Right. Yeah, glad.
So this girl just had to move. This young lady wanted someone to move their truck. Because they didn't move their truck in time, she felt the need to call him a nigger. I'll let you play it from here because she has an explanation. And I think an explanation after an apology should only make sense when it does.
That I'm not.
Get out! I live here. I can't get out of my...
You know, I grew up with a lot of black people, and so it's, you know, and with the music that we listen to.
Hey, wheel it back. I want, no, we're going to get the full throttle of this bollocks. Wheel it back for me. Yeah.
Please would have sufficed. Right. Yeah, glad I recorded that.
What I said was not correct. It was not right on either part. But my main concern is the fact that people on social media have just completely turned me into a villain and somebody that I'm not.
Pardon?
I live here. I can't...
So that's her.
That's her.
I grew up with a lot of black people, and so it's, you know, and with the music that we listen to, sure, maybe in a different form. Do I say in that way? No, I don't. It was merely just... He hurt me and I wanted to hurt him. It had nothing to do with me being racist. I've been struggling with things lately mentally. And
oh my God.
It wasn't me in my correct light.
Forget that.
Pause that there for me.
Did she dye her hair to try and be inconspicuous?
She tried to be someone different, Chuckie. She tried to be someone different. Now this is my problem. There's a word in life that if we have this attached to us as human beings, I can roll with you. It's called accountability. Now, when you take accountability, don't take 30%. There's 70% more. Take all of it. You took 20%, and then I took the 20% away because you started talking dog mess. Your main concern after you were racist. Hear what I'm saying, Shirley?
That's crazy.
You don't have a concern after you've been racist. Then you admitted to saying the N-word in music. Shirley, you're not black. You're not black. You are white. There's other white people words that you can say. Be obsessed with that. Just go and be the best white person you can be. Stop trying to find excuses for saying the N-word. You shouldn't have said it, darling. And then your explanation, this reminds me of when my dad cheated on my mum.
Oh,
Waste of time. Waste of time.
Well, you know, that's how it goes sometimes.
Sometimes.
Everyone good? Everyone alright?
Yeah,
everyone
man.
alright? Everyone alright? Everyone alright?
Alright.
We're outside tomorrow, yeah?
We're outside tomorrow, but next week.
What's happening next week? Oh, Malta.
Are you outside?
Ah.
You outside?
Yeah. Hey, the weather though is looking so mad.
What, in Malta?
No.
Tomorrow.
Here.
Yeah, tomorrow's looking crazy.
So we're gonna have to find the sweet spot. Oh no, can we just not go underneath the thing again?
Underneath what?
The arches. We could go there.
No, it's the fire station we got.
We're going to definitely go to fire station.
I haven't got permission.
So did they say yeah?
Fire station said yes.
Hey, tomorrow's gonna be funny.
Have you got the question?
We gotta get a clean hour with no rain. Oh, anyway,
do
listen.
that.
Thanks for listening.
Get a
everyone,
question
yeah?
out.
Yeah, I will.
What are you talking to?
No go.
You know?
Not really much to say on my part that you haven't said. I just hope whatever is the right thing happens, and I just pray for everyone involved, man. Not good. Not good at all.
Not good, man.
Not good, man.
Not good.